Hello, Paul Hamilton here for iPad Monthly. Um, Great to have you with us today. We're going to look at something that comes up quite a lot around curriculums around the world, and that is that concept of algorithms. And basically, what we're going to do today is use Book Creator to introduce our students to algorithms, to really communicate and learn that concept of students breaking down a problem into parts. A solution for another student. So in this case, we're actually going to pose the question, can you basically create an algorithm which gets one student from one place in your school to another place in your school? So my example here is how to get from my primary lab to the tuck shop, probably the most important place in the school for our kids. And what we've used is a range of different multimedia, text, some little emoji graphics, photos that we've actually taken from around the school, and some little audio recordings to, I guess, create an algorithm too that caters for all learners. So not only the visual, but the audio sense as well. And I think this is really great to start to talk to kids about how technology can actually make information and knowledge more accessible to all kids and all learners and all adults, and not just use one way of actually going about it. It's a really good concept to learn. So how did we do this? Well, let's get started. The first thing we obviously got kids to do is to create and go around and actually take some photos of the different milestones or the different points around the school that would require a change in direction, to make it as clear as possible. So we want as many steps as possible around. Now, what I could have done is actually brought in pictures and text and actually got kids to actually click on it. And once they clicked on one, it went to another place. But we'll just do this because I like the visual of looking at the different places in the school. So how did we actually do this? Well, let's take it back from start to finish here. So what we basically did is created a new book in Book Creator. And this is probably for, I don't know, grade 2, 3, 4, introducing to that concept of steps and algorithms. And basically what we did is we actually imported some of those photos from our camera roll that I've actually taken around the school. So the first part is clearly in our lab, showing the door. And what I actually did is I started down the bottom, made that image a little bit smaller, and I created a little sound recording that actually told the student that I'm trying to inform what direction, where the actual door is, where to turn left or right when we went through the door, and so on. And how did we create? Well, basically, I created a little bit of text that gave the actual point of it. So it could be how to get from lab to tuck shop. And I've used a black background, which is it's good to kind of use, but in this case, I'll just use a white one just to get it going. I've actually inserted a sound recording there. And to get those little footprints, all I actually did is added text, hit on my little smiley face and went to my emojis, and I actually just used these shoes. And you could actually use the footprints, any of those. And I just did a couple of those. Let's put a couple in, press done. And what you can actually obviously do there is you can manipulate, you can actually go from here to here and actually start to put them in a little bit of a sequence from start to finish. So our end product ended up something like this, which could be probably going over maybe 1 or 2 lessons with your students. But I think the important parts are that algorithms are not just necessarily computer based, and it is great to actually start to think about real life algorithms and real life problems, and how we can use technology to I guess not only create a product but to solve problems as well. And so this is a great little way, great little lesson to introduce kids to algorithms, breaking it down into smaller chunks and smaller parts, and actually then give our final assessment or final product to another student and see if they can actually follow those instructions from start to finish. So that's Paul Hamilton here for just introducing kids to algorithms for iPad Monthly, edition 11. Hope you got something out of it. If you haven't already subscribed, please take a look at our website, because with new subscribers, we give you access to all of the past lessons, and some terrific ideas for incorporating iPads into a rich, authentic, and engaging way into your classroom with your kids. Paul Hamilton here, signing off.